I'm writing a book that is based on the power of attitude with one of the greatest thinkers on the planet, Dr. Jim Samuels, who's been a man who's been one of my mentors for 35 years. And I speak about this when I do a lot of corporate speaking. So what I've done is I've taken all my experience as a musician and realized that, wait a minute, I can apply this to the corporate world. Actually, Dom Famularo, Dom was one of my people I interviewed for this new book, and Dom is one of my heroes and one of my dear friends, and he was the one that originally told me that he had done a corporate speaking gig way back in 1995, and I've been thinking about that all these years because I've done 1,000 drum clinics in my day. So I took what I was doing with my drum clinics because I was telling stories, and I realized the stories and the philosophies can be very valuable to people in other industries. And so that's what I do. And so I've taken the content and molded it, but I still play drums. And people love it because they want that part. They want to experience. And I demonstrate when I talk about it's not just what we play, it's how we play it. Like we've been talking about. It's how I play. Because, you know, if I play try, if you see me play try and it's just what I play, it's well, anybody can play it. But it's how I play it that makes a difference. And then I take it a step further. Why I do what I do. And why I do it is I attach purpose to every single note. And when I attach purpose to every note, then I'm passionate. I remain passionate. I played some of these songs nearly 1,000 times. Yet when you see me, it looks like the first time because I feel like it's the first time. And I remember that actually happened to me. Speaking of the first time, I was playing with Foreigner. And I had played, and I realized I was sitting, we were about to start the show, and I'm looking at the audience realizing I played Feels Like the First Time hundreds of times. And then I stopped and I looked at the audience and I said, but wait a minute, for most of these people, it really is their first time. So how dare I deprive them of that first time experience just because I played it that way? So I needed to figure out a way that I could be passionate about it. And that's why I decided I attach a sense of purpose to every note. Every note matters. With the great players, the greatest performers in any sport, in any world, you know, the greatest corporate performers, they pay attention to the nuances. That's why I talk about rock star performances. For rock star performers, there are no small moments. Every detail is critical. If every detail wasn't critical for me, I wouldn't be playing with Pink. I've been touring solidly for 31 years. There's a reason. Because I treat every single note like it's fresh and new and like it matters. And it all stems from attitude, and that's what the new book is about. Because we can't always control what happens to us, but we have the power to control our attitudes about what happens to us. And that's huge. That means that at any point you can change, shift, and choose your attitude. And your attitude is what drives your behavior. One attitude can drive many behaviors, and your behavior is what determines the consequences or outcomes of your life. A times B equals C. That's what the book's about. You know, when you're grateful, you're focused on your abundance. You're focused on the money in the bank, the fuel in the tank, your successes, your wins, not the problems, not the scarcity, not the issues. And I'm always focused on the abundance and the gratitude when I go on stage. We have a big prayer circle before we go on stage, and we talk about how grateful. Ping talks about gratitude and gratitude, and we get ourselves all worked up, and it becomes fortifying. It strengthens us. So when we get on stage, we're even tighter because we're in this zone of gratitude. We don't take it for granted. If you take it for granted ever, you're doing a disservice to yourself and a disservice to the audience. My philosophy is I am here to be of service. I'm of service to you right now. I'm of service to my daughter. I'm of service to the band members, to the audience, to Pink. I'm a man who's being of service. It also takes my ego away. I don't have a big ego about what I do. It's like, oh, you play with Pink? Well, yeah. I work hard, and I'm here to be of service to Pink, to make sure that her life is easier, that her fans are happy. Because my philosophy is everybody around me is happy, I'm happy. It doesn't take that much to make me happy. This is my beautiful daughter, Zaid. Oh, I love you. I'm going to take my phone while we do the interview. Play games.